I want to start.
So I would do an
Am I looking ready?
No, listen, I would do an intro thing talking about certain things and things. So here we have.
So how do I know when I spend too much?
Psychonauts, welcome back to the Micro Pioneers space. Thank you for joining us for another one of these videos. It's a pleasure. This time we're going to have a special guest with us chatting. I'm usually talking about the Micro Pioneers family, and you're always seeing this face and hearing this voice, and Chris is going to be joining us for a few questions this time around, and we're going to do more videos like this. Eventually we'll encourage people to send in questions that they like answered, and we'll answer them here, or he'll answer it there here. We're also aiming to do more progress type videos, giving you all updates and letting you all know, what we're up to and how things are progressing for us as we go along, trying to build this community and this business that we're building in Trinidad. We have Chris here joining us, right? And we're just going to do ask him a few questions. He's the other half of my companion, right? So Chris.
Yes.
Tell the world a little bit about yourself, more about yourself.
Well, hi guys. My name is Christopher Martin. I'm a mushroom cultivator. I'm a productive procrastinator. And I love fish. Am I supposed to say more than that?
Alright, thanks. Thank you.
What I was supposed to say?
No, that's fine. You're a mushroom cultivator and you love fish.
I love fish. I don't think there's much more to me.
Okay. What sparked your interest in mushroom cultivation?
Well, I got into mushrooms after a trip to Barbados, and I went to the back of where we were staying and I ate some Cornelius mushrooms off of some cow manure, and well, it was one of the greatest experiences of my life, and I wanted to spread the mushroom joy and all those stuff with everyone else in Trinidad, so I came home just to do that. Yeah,
right.
That's history.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So how did you go about teaching yourself how to cultivate? Did you know somebody? Did somebody teach you? How did you go about it?
Well, I knew people that were interested in mushrooms, but they didn't really know how to grow them that well, in a consistent way. So I basically just started watching endless amounts of YouTube videos on people cultivating mushrooms in America and China, there were Facebook groups. I joined Facebook groups. There are a lot of people doing a lot of stuff for everyone to learn about mushrooms, and there's Alan Rockefeller, there's Ryan Palmer, all these guys just out there ready, Elton Ray, all these guys just out there willing to help beginners, people interested in spreading mushrooms globally, growing mushrooms in every country, having all those microphobias, you know. Trying to get rid of those stuff and get mushrooms more into everyone's life.
Was it easy to begin, or did it seem like growing it? Did it seem easy looking on, and then when you started doing it, was it harder? How was that process?
It was really tough at first. I didn't get much of anything trying to grow mushrooms at first. You know, it was really discouraging at points in time, but the most important thing that changed those outcomes for me was following the procedures that are recommended for mushroom cultivation to a T. Trying not to do things as makeshift stuff, you know, just trying to do everything as clean and as sterile as possible. And well, yeah, that helped me to produce a lot more mushrooms.
And what would you say is the most difficult part or the most challenging part of mushroom cultivation for you?
The most challenging part of mushroom cultivation is waiting for the mushrooms and waiting for the mushrooms to colonize the agar, and for them to colonize the grains, and then to colonize the substrate. You know, there's a little anxiety, you know, at which point you get contamination. You know, you don't know if you put too much water here, you didn't put enough water there. You know, there's a lot of different stuff to consider, and yeah.
And what about sourcing materials, resources? Is that difficult? Seeing that you're in the Caribbean, because
yes, that was really difficult. It was difficult finding local bags, finding grains, consistent amounts of hardwood sawdust. That was challenging, but it's there. I just had to look, and I just had to establish relationships and spend my money, and you know, work at it, and it's working out. It's great.
So you said that your interest was sparked through your experience with the panacea.
Yes.
Right? So you are a lover of
yes, psilocybin mushrooms and other entheogenic substances.
Why do you love psilocybin so much?
I love psilocybin because it can radically change your perspective in
Oh shit.
I really focus on
Just
it.
now, I tried to brace up a little.
Ask what again?
You are in love of mushrooms. Psilocybin. Why do you love psilocybin so much?
Well, I love psilocybin because it can radically alter your perspectives in life, you know, and you know, make you challenge yourself consistently. There's no way after eating or having a proper dose of psilocybin mushrooms that you don't question your life, your behaviors, your bad habits, you know.
Where would you like to see psilocybin?
I would like to see psilocybin everywhere, all over.
So you think it can benefit like a wide range of people in almost any sphere?
Any setting, any situation, anything. If you want something to help you get an extra edge, if you want something to, you know, take away some of the things you've been, you know, thinking for a period of time, just so that you can, you know, just get that mental release, you know. It could be used recreationally, it could be used as a tool, it could, you know, there's endless possibilities.
So do you microdose or do you macrodose only? How do you utilize psilocybin?
Well, I started off macrodosing a lot, and well, now I prefer to microdose because, you know, it's something I can do on a more consistent basis, and you know, it really helps me without too much infringement in my daily activities.
Okay. And in terms of your experiences with higher doses, have you had any challenging experiences, and can you share that with us?
With higher doses, the issue I have is not being able to bring back the information. Just now, answer that question.
Can you tell us about have you ever had any challenging experiences with psilocybin, and can you share that with us?
Challenging experiences with psilocybin would be taking the mushrooms for granted, eating them and thinking it's just all going to be fun and games and excitement, and well, they hit you with some serious memories or some serious scenarios which you have to, decode or process. And well, yeah, some of those things could really, some people call some of these scenarios they are presented with and their reactions to them being considered a bad trip, when it's really you having a bad reaction to something being presented to your consciousness. So, that's to me that's the only challenge, underestimating what could happen, taking, larger doses and whatnot. Smaller doses, there's not much challenges really, other than just, dealing with the vibes. Yeah, dealing with the vibes.
The vibes can be kind of strong sometimes.
Sometimes, according to your feelings, according to what they are holding on to.
And do you have a most memorable experience with psilocybin?
Yeah, I think the most memorable experience I had with psilocybin was the first time I ate the mushrooms, the panelias in Barbados. It was, it felt like I was time traveling in my mind in a kind of way, I was experiencing a scenario that wasn't of this present time inside of me. If anyone can relate to that. Yeah. I don't particularly have a favorite strain, because I think it's really up to time and place and your feelings and what you ready for and what not. It's, at the end of the day, it's really just mushrooms and psilocybin. People, they want to say, each batch is different, so there's no real way to say this cubensis is stronger than the other. I mean, there are psilocybin mushrooms which are much more potent naturally, but I mean, in terms of cubensis and the mushrooms they're most likely to be in contact with, they're pretty much the same to me.
And do you have, I think this might be my last question.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for people who are thinking about getting into mushroom cultivation? So I want advice for people who are getting into mushroom cultivation, and also for people who are now starting to journey with psilocybin.
Okay, so psilocybin will always come first, right? Just as a spark. Anyone getting into psilocybin, approach it cautiously, fearlessly, and with some level of intelligence, and it's not just you're not taking anything for granted. You're recognizing, you're trying to recognize who you are more, so that you could become better. So you before you get into it, try and identify some of the things that make you emotional and reactive. Wait, pause it.
Right. Not to be reactive.
Not to be reactive. Identify the things that are bothering you. Write them down. Get them to the front of your mind, so that you could, when the situations or the scenarios are presented to you when you eat the cubensis, whatever thoughts, things come your way, you're ready to to solve those problems. You know, you have your ideas or your methods you want to internally use to process these issues. You know, and the psilocybin is going to help you also figure it out. So you have to be willing to change too, you know, in order for it to help you.
And what about for growers?
For cultivating mushrooms, I would just say, don't give up. Don't be afraid of contamination. But this is after following all the proper procedures. You know, there are websites like shroomery.org. You know, they have mushroom growing groups on Facebook. You know, you could just don't give up, keep trying. That's the only thing I can say. Don't give up. Once you start, just keep going at it, and eventually something's gonna work, and you're gonna figure out how it works, the timing, you know,
Okay.
don't give up.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you for joining us. I trust that this was enjoyable, that you will be able to take some things away from it, that something resonates with you all, and I'm grateful once again for your support and for your energy and for your interest, and I ask that you continue to support us, and you continue to tune in to this channel. Peace.
Sooooooo